the Necro Gardeners, but it can help.
No. No. Absolutely not. No. What's up, guys? I'm Ben 10,000 YGO, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero. Maybe not so friendly on that first part. Anyway, today, guys, I'm giving you some PK Lightning. Stick around. Alright, so like I said in the intro, guys, I'm bringing some PK Lightning. This deck profile was inspired by Asian Eyes, who did a Necrosworn deck profile. And as you guys know, I love Lightsworn. It's not a viable deck right now, I think, competitively, but it is one of my favorite decks. So, how did I think to revive Lightsworn with a Dark Archetype like the way Asian Eyes did? I chose Phantom Knights. And the reason I chose Phantom Knights is because they are they flow through the deck really easily. You know, they search, they draw. I mean, they're a deck that's really hard to Ash Blossom also, which is really good, I think. Like, if you have so many search cards that, you know, your opponent's like, do I Ash that? No, I Ash that. No, damn it. You know what I mean? So you can basically cause your opponent to get frustrated because they don't know what to Ash Blossom. The other thing is, like you'll see in the deck profile, I play some interesting decks. I play one card in the deck that's just because of the name. It's a powerful card, but it's not as viable as it used to be, but you guys will see that in the deck profile. Anyway, guys, if you're new to the Ben 10,000 of YGO channel, this is what we do here. We have this little conversation here at the front. In the middle, there will be some quick replays, and then we'll have a deck profile towards the end, where I'll go over the stuff. Alright, so without further ado, I'm ready to bring some lightning. So, I'll see you on the flip side. there you have it, guys. This is my Lightsworn Phantom Knight deck, or as my buddies like to call it, PK Lightning. So, insert your Thor / Raiden memes. Anyway, guys, I'm laughing at my own jokes. I know, I'm such a dork. Anyway, guys, so like I said at the beginning of the video, this is inspired by Asian Eyes' Necrosworn, which I think is a very inferior deck. I tried to pilot it. I tried so many ways to pilot it. So instead of trying to make something mesh that just doesn't quite mesh, this would be like trying to put bugs and dinosaurs together. It just doesn't work. I decided to say, okay, forget that idea. Let's see here. The basic concept is a dark attribute archetype mixing with a light attribute archetype. Where can I mix that? With Lightsworn being the light one. And I wanted Phantom Knights because they have the ability to search, and they're, like I said at the beginning of the video, they're hard to Ash Blossom. But that doesn't stop us from playing Ash Blossom. Thank you, Salamangreat Structure Deck, for those cheapo reprints. So I took like an old build that was playing like Mathematician in it, and I was like, yeah, we're going to throw Armageddon Knight in there instead, because we actually do make Minerva from time to time. And the really cool thing about this deck is your opponent will use a lot of their resources to get through all your stuff, right? And then when they do that, they make a very big mistake, because this deck has the ability to recover a lot faster from next to no resources than many other decks do. If you guys saw the last replay in the line, should be like, I was up against an Orcrust player, of like a Warrior Orcrust or something like that, and that guy, like, I really was up against a giant wall. It was literally like a, like, to quote, it was like a David versus Goliath kind of situation there. Like, I was very much the small guy in that fight, and I actually managed to pull it out and win. And I gotta owe it to main decking evenly matched, of all things. The better idea would be really to play 3, but because the deck's nickname is PK Lightning, I had to play Raigeki, you know, just had to. But if you were going to build a better version of this, I would play even a 3rd copy of Evenly Matched. But yeah, the extra deck is interesting. Most of the cards you're going to go for in the extra deck will be more of your Phantom Knight based stuff, but you do occasionally get to go into things like Trishula or Michael or Minerva, you know, and you can go into Kyrios actually with the Phantom Knight stuff, because he doesn't care what the monsters are, they just have to have the same attribute but different types. So for example, if you have like a Underclock Taker, a Phantom Knight, and then like, oh, say like Thanatos here, for example, a Fiend, a Cyberus, and a Warrior, well, there you go, they're all dark attribute, different types, so you make Kyrios. Now that might be counterproductive, but that's just an example that you could do. Realistically, what you probably would go for Kyrios with would probably be like, you know, Lightsworn stuff here, because we've got a Spellcaster and a Warrior, and it probably would be a lot easier to, like, you know, use it with like Minerva, who's a fairy, or you know, Michael, who's a dragon. But we don't really go into that. That's just, it's just there, so to speak. But most of the stuff you're going to use is the PK stuff. That's why we've got like Evil Swarm Thanatos in here, and Exciton Knight, actually. I never got to play, but I wanted to. But unfortunately, the Phantom Knights don't really do well with mixing with level 4s. They're more of a 3s only. That's why they mix so well with Burning Abyss. But I found a way to make them work with Lightsworn because I like Lightsworn. So, and the Phantom Knights benefit off being milled by the Lightsworn effects. So I really enjoyed this, and of course my usual tech card comes in handy because apparently people don't read. They always like they always think they can attack, and I'm like, you can't. Rise to full height. I'm pretty sure that if I could actually see some of the faces of the people I play online, they probably would be like me when I'm stuck playing against an Ultrageist player, you know. Ah! Anyway, guys, so this is my very basic PK Lightning. Also, by the way, it is for the new format, for the April 29th format, so this will be, you can go ahead and play this if you want. That's why you don't see anything like the Phantom Knight rank up spell and Azathoth. This is really just something that I think is fun, and I think that the extra deck needs a little bit of work, but other than that, It's very pilotable, and I think that basically you should just play. If you're going to build this deck, build your own version. This is just a template. Use this and build forward. But don't do the Necroswarm thing that Asian Eyes was suggesting, because I just don't. They just don't mesh too well. It's too easily stopped. This is a lot harder to stop once it gets the ball rolling. You are, however, going to want to go first, if at all possible. Evenly matched just for the times when you go second, or when they have exhausted all of your resources and you want to play the grind game, because that's where this deck really thrives, is once everybody's got no cards left, now it's like, or 1 or 2 cards, now it's a fight. Now it's like, now you're coming from behind in the race and knocking them down, which you guys are really helping me with Yusei Waijo Pro, since I mentioned race. I am still in a race with Yusei Waijo Pro. He is, I want to say, like 10 subscribers ahead of me. When this race started, guys, he was 100 subscribers ahead of me. Now I think he's either 10 subscribers or less than 10 subscribers ahead of me. So I want to give a quick thank you to all the people who've been helping me out with this. Team FTK in particular, you guys get the biggest thank you, because I know you guys have been letting me come on your channel like 3 times now. Like, I've been getting the most subscribers from you guys, so I just want to give a quick shout out to them, say thank you. As recording this video, I haven't got a video back from Team FTK. I just put one over there on his channel, so go check that out if you haven't. And he's gonna put one over here, but yeah, so stay tuned for that, and that's all I've got for you guys. I'm Ben 10,000 Waijo, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, and make sure you hit that sub button so I can beat Yusei to 500 and put a video on his channel, and I will see you guys later. Peace!